Hi, I'm Dennis Gage, and welcome to My Classic Car. Well, this week we're in Walla Walla, Washington for Wheelin Walla Walla weekend. I love this part of the country. I used to live out here. Southeastern Washington. Beautiful, and man, what a nice town Walla Walla is. They got a heck of a show going on today. Let's check out some of these Walla Walla rides. Hey Bonnie, how you doing?
Doing great, Dennis, doing great. Thanks for being here.
You know, I like Walla Walla.
I know, it's a beautiful town and there is no finer Main Street in all of Washington.
It's a thriving Main Street.
Yes, it is.
Really cool restaurants. There's got to be 20 tasting rooms here because you're a big wine area.
27 within walking distance
27.
on our Main Street, yes, just to be precise.
But who's counting, right?
But who's counting?
But this, and how many years have you done this show down here?
This is the 24th year for the
Really?
car show. Yes.
And
so
it's, I mean,
we're really excited, and this has been our biggest year ever.
It is big, man.
Yes.
There's a lot of, any idea?
657 registered cars on our Main Street today.
That is a lot
for
because it
this
stretches
show.
a long way, and there is some really interesting stuff here.
There is some extremely beautiful, well cared for vehicles. A lot of people, this is their first year at the Walla Walla show. For some people, this is probably their 24th year. They love coming to Walla Walla.
Well, it's and again, this is a place to come to, car show or not, almost, because it's an interesting part of Washington State. And architecturally, this is a pretty town. It's
Very
just-
historic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've had a blast.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Let's go look at some cars.
I'm all for that. Well, Bud, this is the sexiest Edsel I have ever seen, and sexy and Edsel aren't usually words used together. This is a 60 Edsel, would have been a
Ranger.
A Ranger. This is sort of what I always referred to as the Pontiac Edsel.
Correct.
Because this was the last year, and it's got this Pontiac-looking grille, but you know, you don't have Edsel's horse collar. Where's the horse collar?
Well, see, there's that little tiny one.
No. Oh yeah, there it is. You know, you resto-modded an Edsel. Who does that?
Many people thought I was crazy when I told them what I was going to do.
But man, how it came, because this wasn't a particularly pretty car. It was.
No, it was not.
It really was not. You've gone with an interesting, that actually looks like a Ford color.
It's close. It's called pistachio.
Okay. But what you did here with the roof, I mean, this thing was a two-door sedan, right?
Yeah, two-door postcard,
Which had, you know, a big,
Big square hot
it
top.
went clear back to there.
Moved this panel forward 12 inches.
Okay.
And then hand built this to make it look like it could be covering up a convertible top.
Is that metal?
That's all metal, yeah. Wow. There's 2 inches of Thunderbird surround here, and then he hand formed this piece, welded it to it.
Because these are T-Bird front and back, right?
Correct, 64 Thunderbird interior. And then we didn't like the windshield sticking up so upright, we laid it back 15 degrees.
This is stunning.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
dash layout, right?
It's a stock appearing, but it's all been relayed out.
Really?
Radio is deleted. All the switches are underneath. And then the radio speaker cover hides my air ride suspension.
That's not the stock width of the trunk lid,
That's
is
the
it?
stock width. This whole rear end is all stock
All
width.
this was,
Yeah, this
and,
is.
and you just have this relatively tiny trunk lid.
Yes. Yeah.
And in this, these stuck out a lot more, didn't they?
Well, the lenses stuck out an inch. They protruded, and they just didn't look right.
Yeah.
So I had a guy CNC these bezels out of aluminum, copies of the originals, but they're set in 1 inch.
I can't believe you did anything less under the hood. Let's go look and see what you did.
Okay.
And it's a Ford engine.
Ford motor is 429 with a Blue Thunder manifold and dual Ford Demons. This is hand built. This is hand built to cover up all the radiator core and what have you. And then hand built air cleaner.
But I just absolutely love everything about this car, plus it's green. But 60 Edsel Ranger with more work on it than I've ever seen. Thanks for bringing it out.
You bet. Thank you.
Well, Bert, I have never seen one of these. This is a 1936 Chevy Foreman
Coupe.
Coupe. Okay.
Correct.
And it came from the factory like this, right?
Yes, it did.
I just think it's so cool.
3,183 of these built in Janesville, Wisconsin
Oh, really? Okay.
in 1936.
Wow, how many left?
One of 9 known to exist. I'm sure there's some unregistered
Yeah.
sitting in a fence row someplace.
But there ain't a bunch of them.
Correct.
So is it all steel?
It is all steel except for the wood in the bed.
Sure. I love the color. I'm a green car guy, but it's kind of an emerald green with a lot of flake.
I'm not a green guy, but I love this.
It's the right green.
It is the
Well,
right.
also, I like what you've done in the interior here. It's obviously been updated. So what are the seats from?
Those were new seats aftermarket.
Oh, okay, and then just reupholstered. So
Correct.
is that pretty much the dash of a 36
That
Chev?
is the dash of a 36. Where the air conditioning and heating controls are in
Yeah.
the center would be where the radio went. The speedometer and gauges, that is the way they looked, only different for Chevrolet. The center of the steering wheel, interestingly enough, is out of a 42 Chevy Suburban.
But I tell you, I love a lot of things about this car, but this is the money shot right here,
This is
isn't
the
it?
money shot.
This out came, there's no cover.
Correct. This is Brazilian canary wood, by the way.
It's very, very pretty. You also had the hood open. I know this is a money shot, but you got a great engine up there. Let's go look at that.
I'd like to show it to you. That's a 270 GMC that has a little bit of boring help.
Yeah.
It's more like 301,
Right?
but we call it a 270 Jimmy. And then we have the vintage speed equipment, which is the Offenhauser intake manifold.
Love that.
And we also have the valve cover and then the side cover to the engine on the other side, which shows up, and it's very, very difficult to come by. It's a Art Morrison chassis, Mustang 2 front end, Ford 9-inch rear end, disc
Wow.
brakes, all 4 wheels.
So it's a sleeper. You've made this thoroughly modern, but kept this period look and a lot of period everything, but the running gear almost.
Absolute idea.
Jeez, this is just so cool. 1936 Chevy Foreman Coupe.
Correct.
Bert, thanks for bringing
My
this baby
pleasure.
out. Wow,
My
I love
pleasure.
this car. Dean, man, I love this car. I saw you last night at the cruise and stopped me in my tracks. It really did, because I'd never seen one. This is a 60 Invicta wagon, Buick Invicta wagon, right?
Yes.
The 59 and 60 Buicks had these crazy body lines anyway, these lines that would clear from the front to the back and came from the back to the front and crisscrossed it. But in a wagon, oh
Yeah.
my goodness, this is beautiful. This is a special package called the Texan, right?
It was an Invicta custom wagon with the bucket seats and stuff that made it. And then it got nicknamed Texan because of
I
the
see.
steer horns.
But it came that way from the factory?
Yes, 298 of them made.
That's it.
That's it. And there's only 6 known to exist.
It's just stunning. I love the paint too, because from a distance it's kind of brown, but it's really almost maroon. It's root beer. There's flake in it.
Mahogany.
Mahogany.
type.
I
Yeah.
see that too.
Yeah.
And I always loved how the grill is, dished
Stood
back
back
like
then.
this. And I think that was both 59 and 60. Is that true?
No,
always-
59 had a different.
It did. So
depth.
60 only. Wow.
60 only.
You've two-toned it. Were they two-toned originally?
No, most of them were white.
I love how these lines go all the way to the back and curve down, then that fin
And
comes
that
all the way
comes
to the
back.
back. But
Yeah.
this interior just knocks me out. And it was two-toned like this?
Yes, this was factory two-tone and had the mahogany on the door panels. Out of the whole car, the steer horns were the only thing I didn't have to restore. They were perfect.
And there were only 4 of them.
Yeah.
It's the only thing in the whole car, right?
Right.
And these were the original seats? The
Yes.
I just, buckets in a wagon. I just
Yeah,
think it's amazing.
well, that was part of the package.
The 60 Buicks had one of the best dashes they ever put in a car.
Oh, they're so cool that you look in a mirror to read the.
Exactly. It's all bounced up there, and it's got the ribbon speedometer too,
Yep.
right? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chrome in a Buick too. And you've obviously re-chromed this thing,
115 pieces
and because you paid for all of them.
and 117 pieces of stainless steel.
Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Well, let's go and see what you got under the hood. What do you
Okay.
say? Oh, it opens really smooth too. Oh, and you've got the Star Wars air cleaner.
Yeah, gotta kind of dress it up a little bit.
Yeah, like it's not fancy enough.
Yeah.
It looks like it fits perfectly up under there.
Well, we had to section this down a ½ inch.
Oh, really?
And cut the front end off back to get it to fit into the hood opening.
So this is a nailhead 401, which Buick called the 445 because of the foot-pounds of torque.
Right.
Right. Does it run like a Buick?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm a Buick guy. Actually, my dad was a Buick guy, so they hold a special place in my heart. But this one, 1960 Invicta Custom Wagon, AKA the Texan. This is too awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing it out, Dave.
Oh, thank you, Dennis. Appreciate it.
Well, Rick, this really sparkles.
It pulls right out.
This is beautiful. 52 Chevy Bel Air, real 60s custom. And I was looking at your grill and I said, oh, is that DeSoto? It's not DeSoto. What is the grill?
That's a stock 52 grill, and we doubled the number of teeth.
That's cool. Looks like just a little bit of Frenching on the headlights.
Yes, we did. We kind of wanted to keep that early Merc look.
Yeah. You've shaved the handles, but otherwise, there's no chop. You don't have any skirts. Pretty much a stock body. Looks like you're lowered a little bit.
Yes, we
no?
did. 3 inches in the back, and as low as we could get in the front and still work.
So how'd you do it with like lowering blocks back there?
This lowering blocks.
And how about up here?
Just cut the springs.
Oh, wow, you
it's-
really are going old school here. And again, it's really the paint scheme, the colors, the execution. My gosh, I mean, there's so much work in it because you got lace. You got, I don't even know what you call that. And you got, these kind of zebra stripes. And
We counted the empty rolls of tape.
yeah?
There's a mile of masking tape on
Seriously?
this thing. Serious. And then we just went to the fabric store, picked up the right looking lace.
Man, so you've got, I mean, it's a couple different blues. You got a metal flake white. Is there pearl in there
Pearl,
too?
we pearled it.
I love the louvered hood. Just all the touches. It just really looks great. And I like the interior too. That's a 52 dash, but with updated gauges.
The clock even works, and it's an aftermarket Impala wheel, but it's 3 inches narrower than stock.
Okay, yeah. So much going on here. The stripes in the center, the lace here. It's just awesome. Was this an aftermarket or that was not a stock?
Nope, that's kind of an afterthought, but it's the front it's the front grill guard off a 49 Chevy. Then the taillights, we machined the taillights out of the bumper guards.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, we took those off.
I'm like, wow, that's really good. Holy cow. Let's go see what you got under the hood. Wow, so 350 Chevy?
350 Chevy, it's a 1970 to match the clip.
Oh,
And then that's an early tri-power. That's a 60s tri-power.
is it a factory tri-power? It's an aftermarket.
Nope, it's an aftermarket.
And then you smoothed it all out.
The firewall, yep.
Gosh, awesome car, 1952 Bel Air Custom that I just love. Thanks for bringing it out, Rick.
Boy, appreciate it. Thank you.
Man. Well, Al, a 72 GTO. That's a pretty cool car.
Yeah, thank you.
And you've had it a while.
I've had it since new.
Since new, that's a while. It's a unique color. I don't think I've ever seen it. And it just looks so stock.
And everything's original except for the wheels and tires.
You had to be a kid when you bought this thing.
22 years old.
22 years old. Man, oh man. And was this like the car you wanted? Or was it on a lot? No, I'll take that.
No, I ordered it.
You ordered it. You even ordered the color.
I even ordered the color.
What do they
yeah.
call it?
Quinzel.
Quinzel. And these were polymer bumpers, right?
Yes, they are.
Some sort of, like you could hit them and they'd pop back. And was this stripe package
Yes, there's a factory stripe package on there.
you put on some wheels like we would have done back in 72. They're actually ETs.
They're ETs and they're sort of period correct.
It seems to sit up in the back, and that's what we did back in the day. We didn't lower them.
No,
we jacked them up.
Jacked them up, put some air shocks in.
Is that what you have? Is air shocks?
Yep.
Hijackers?
Hijackers,
yes. I mean, that's what everybody had. Your interior's original
Yeah.
too?
It's all original.
The console cover in wood, that's your touch.
That's my touch because
Yeah.
the old one fell apart.
And the 8-track?
And the 8-track is an aftermarket, the old Craig.
Oh yeah, the
8-track.
Craig, those the lights that lit up?
Yep.
Track 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. And all original paint.
All original
obviously.
paint, yep.
You are sitting up higher back here, aren't you? What are your
just a
tires?
little
Are they
bit.
60
It's,
series or?
Yep,
Okay.
50 series H high.
This is what they looked like. You know, you'd get one of these
Yeah.
back in the day and you'd put some
Yep.
hijackers on it.
Yep, lift it up a little bit, give it a little bit of a rake to
Go
it, and
terrorize the
neighborhood.
The neighborhood, yeah. So this looks like original chrome too.
It's
You
all,
haven't-
all
you haven't-
original chrome.
Man, oh man, oh man. I really dig this. So this came with 400 up.
400 with a turbo 400 automatic.
Let's go look at it.
Okay.
Well, that's it. You got Mickey Thompson valve covers.
Yeah, the old period back in the 70s.
Yeah, you'd go for that kind of thing, but otherwise she looks pretty stock. So this would have been the last year for kind of the full power 400.
Yeah, and the last year for the big body
Big
car.
body. So what did they go to after this? It went to what platform?
The Ventura, which was like the Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
with the smaller power.
Well, this was really kind of the real deal. When you take this to a show, do people even know what it is almost? Or
Most of them do.
Really?
Yeah, most of them know it's. They ask if it's the 400 or 455. I mean,
Right.
they're both the same because it's all the big block.
72 GTO in Quinzel Gold.
Yeah.
Original owner. Thanks for bringing it down, Al.
Well, thanks for having me.
Nice ride.
Yeah.
Hey, Wheelin Walla Walla weekend is a blast, and I love Walla Walla as a town. I think we're gonna do some of that wine tasting stuff now. Check it out.